Now board the platform, something that was only ever in this game, I think. But it's pretty fun. All you gotta do, you run to these platforms and you jump on them. It's a little platforming challenge. Every character has their own, just like Target Smash, and basically, in terms of what you're doing, it's exactly the same, except you jump on things instead of smashing them. I like board the platforms just fine. I think Target Test is more fun, but I mean, they're essentially the same thing. Whenever you see that little spark come out of Mario like this, that's because he is doing a fast fall, which is where I just tap quickly down on the analog stick and it makes him fall faster, hence the name Fast Fall. It's basically essential if you want to not be bored and mindless the whole game. Kirby team's a little harder than Yoshi team because they have a little more weight to them, which is weird because Yoshi's a heavyweight and Kirby's a light, whatever. And yeah, you just have to kill all these Kirbys, which Mario Tornado does beautifully if you can hit them with the last hit. It didn't work. This is the last few fights in Smash 64, except for Samus. Samus is really easy. But besides Samus, the last few fights in the single player of this game, on your way up to Master Hand, because spoiler alert, you fight Master Hand, a giant hand. I'm sure that's a shocker to everyone. Those last few fights can be really, really hard. Oh, okay, bye Mario. Kirby. Not Mario. Mario, Kirby. Mario's fine. Oh, thanks, fam. I don't even know what happened to that one. Did he just randomly die? Oh yeah, the Kirbys aren't actually on any specific team. They tend to lean more towards attacking you, but they'll kill each other. Make no mistake, they have no real qualms with that. Anytime your character recovers from outside the blast line, like off screen, not even the blast line, just off screen, the crowd cheers, which I think is hilarious. Come on, Kirby. Meet your maker. Nest, Kirby. He's dead. I killed him. And I have to do the rest of the game with one stock, which should only be a problem with Metal Mario. Metal Mario is really hard. But we'll see when we get to him. If I have to use a continue, I have to use a continue. I'm not going to re-record over it. I haven't played this game in forever. And this isn't like a very serious thing. I'd just be upset about it if I did. Just a little bit. A little bit bothered. Samus is the worst character in Smash 64, so I should be fine against her. I'm not concerned about this fight at all. I don't know why they made Samus so bad in all the Smash games. She's like one of the coolest characters Nintendo has. But, you wouldn't know that from these games. For whatever reason, they just always made her this consistently slow, clunky, low-tier mess of a character. Her stage is pretty cool, though, because it has the rising and falling lava. This is my favorite Metroid stage in the series. It's almost the same as the one in Melee and Smash 3DS, but it's a little bit different because the level is a little bit simpler. I think Smash 64 had some really fun levels. Oh, and it's over. She's dead. I barely even did anything. Metal Mario. This scared me so much as a kid. I don't know why. I was just terrified of Metal Mario. Obviously, I'm not now. I'll either do just fine or really badly with him. Really, the trick is get his damage up 100%-ish. Just enough that you can actually get him launched a little bit, and then throw him. He can't really recover from any kind of throw. Really, you just want to keep your distance with him, because he is strong. For example, knockback on the Mario Tornado versus my knockback on the same move. I always found this fight most satisfying when you're playing as Mario, because no matter who you're playing as, you fight him the same character. You don't fight like Metal Luigi as Luigi, even though I think that'll be way better. Let's just let this red shell totally destroy Metal Mario. Thanks, Red Shell, you just won me this fight. And that's it. That's it for Metal Mario. Oh, that's it for Metal Mario. There we go. That wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, honestly. Okay, so now we're at the last of the mini games, Race to the Finish. Much worse than the version of Melee. The version of Melee was actually a really cool little platforming thing. This one, not so much. There's some enemies you can just completely run past. Actually, there's no blast lines here, so I don't even think you can KO them. Just try to do this, you know? Walk left and right. Even if the worst that can happen is you don't make it in the time limit. And all that does is affect your score, which who cares? Whatever. This is it. I'm almost done. That's the end. It's got to run past this Mario guy here. Tiptoe quietly to the finish. Complete! Yeah, that was it. I was way out of time with the dude saying it, but that was that. Now, fighting Polygon Team, which is my favorite of the team fights. Also, here's Battlefield. One of its iconic Smash stages. Its first appearance. Didn't really have a name yet. And what are we doing? We're fighting crude polygonal versions of all the main characters. That one there was Fox, because he had a tail, I think. That one's Captain Falcon. Or Samus. Not Samus, that roll. Pikachu just straight up looks like a Shamstrew. And this fight, it's easy, but the guys do so much damage. And they're relentless. Like, I just lost. I have to use a continue on the fighting Polygon Team, which is a little bit depressing. All using a continue does is lower your score. It's not a big deal. Normally, if I use a continue in Smash, I will reset. I don't like it, but for this, who cares?
3, 2, 1, go!
It only really becomes a problem when items come into play. Oh boy, when items come into play. If you get a hammer, you pretty much win the whole thing, though. You can tell which characters they are by some of the moves they use. Mostly their smash attacks, because those are the most distinct moves every character has. I don't think this thing affects me on the ledge. The Yoshi one's terrifying to me. And again, you can only really tell due to the moves they use, except for some of them. Like, obviously, Yoshi's the only dinosaur in Smash. Obviously, Link's the only one with a sword, so he's going to be the one with the sword. Mario, actually, you can't tell which one's Mario, usually. His model in this is almost the same as the one used for Ness and Luigi. Which makes sense, they're all cap-wearing people. Luigi's is actually a little bit different, but to my knowledge, Mario's and Ness's are exactly the same. The only way you're going to tell them apart is by the moves they use, because Mario's moveset obviously is different than Ness's, but it's almost the same as Luigi's, so you can barely tell Mario and Luigi apart. That was clearly Mario because he taunted with Mario's taunt. Also, the AI has very little interest in item traps, like they'll just jump right into them. They could not care less. Let's see if I can throw someone into one or something. That's obviously Link, because, you know, sword and shield. I think the one with the weird head thing is actually Kirby. You'd think it would be Jigglypuff, but it's Kirby. Jigglypuff's a perfect circle, which I never understood. Oh, apparently someone used the motion bomb at some point. Yeah, I lasted about 240%. Fighting Polygon is actually hard. For no other reason than just the amount of damage they do. But a red shell wrecks them for some reason. So just hang out on a ledge. Or don't, you know. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's Jigglypuff. I guess you can tell because of the ears. Almost looks more like Pac-Man. That could come in handy, that heart container. You can't grab items in the air in this game because there's no aerial grab button. There is only one grab button in this game, which is actually a bit of an annoyance in this game. Not a fan. There's a lot of stuff in this game. Wow, good spawning game. That's a little bit annoying. There's a lot in this game, but I think for multiplayer, this game's just as fun as the others. For no other reason than just listen to the sound effects and stuff. I mean, it's crunchy. I love it. Rest in peace, Ness. Just me and Captain Falcon. Soon to be just me. Is he dead? The ultimate battle. Mario versus Captain Falcon as a polygon setup. Okay, he's dead. I love the trail of smoke enemies leave whenever you throw them, or whenever you get thrown. It's just, there's this huge trail of smoke. It's there in the other games, but it's less pronounced. Anyway, here we are at Master Hand, the big baddie of the Smash series, and he's a pretty good final boss in this game. This is my favorite version to fight, because it's the only one where he actually, like, isn't just stationary. He moves. It's because he doesn't need to stay still. There's no Crazy Hand to share the screen with. There's just Master Hand. But yeah, I think this is the most fun Master Hand fight in the series. He's the only character in the game with any kind of life bar. Instead, he has health points. Hit points, actually. As opposed to the percentage system all the other characters use, because as you can see, he flinches, but there's no knockback. This is also the first version of Final Destination, which is shaped the same as the Melee version. I should also note, even though this is my favorite Master Hand fight, it's also the easiest. Like, that's it. He's already dead. But yeah, that was Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64. At least it was the single-player mode. There's more to this game, and I'll show it off after the credits. But with that, the little kid walks away from his toys, traumatized as they come to life and mutilate his hand. And starting the tradition that Smash 4 kind of kept with, but not really exactly the same, but it's okay because it's still fun, is this. Shooting at the credits. Which actually is just how you see what they did with their jobs. It wasn't really meant to be like a game, I don't think. It was more just a way to fit the credits in a timely manner, since it's a fighting game and you have to beat the game as at least 8 of the characters to unlock everything, and yeah, I get it. That's also not how you spell the Mario voice actor's name. It's not Charles Martini, it's Charles Martinet. It's spelled completely differently. This is a great theme, though. This credits theme is awesome. You can skip through it just by hitting start. And yeah. That's obviously a different model. That's his model from Mario 64, I think. But yeah, that was Smash 64 single player. But wait, there's more. Because, well, in the next part, we're going to be doing Break the Target with every character in the game. We'll see you then.